In my recent Sephora haul video, I showed you that I picked up a full face of Merit Beauty products to try. So that is what we are doing today. I said in that video that I have been waiting and saving up to try these products for a while, so I'm super excited. I've got my skin prepped and just the regular moisturizer, everything like that, and blank face, except you can see that I do have my eyebrows done. As you know, if you've seen my videos before, I have very sparse eyebrows. I filled them in with my usual Florence by Mills Tint and Tame eyebrow pencil because Merit had an eyebrow gel that was clear, and for me that's just not gonna do it. So we're gonna skip the eyebrows and do the rest of the face, put the rest of the products to the test. I also did not pick up eyeshadow. We're gonna use some of the cream products today as an eye look. Merit is known for being a very kind of minimalist brand, so we'll do sort of a no makeup look today. Let's get started. We're going to start with the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. So let's take a look at this. It says you can use it under or over your moisturizer. I haven't tried any of this out at all. I opened it in my Sephora haul video, but I didn't do more than that. I didn't even like squeeze it out onto my hand or anything. So we've got this gorgeous bottle and you can see it's separated, so we do need to shake it well, and then we're going to massage it and put it onto our face. All right, so I'm gonna put it into the palm of my hand because I think it's oil. I think it's going to be really slippery rather than putting it on the top of my hand. So how many pumps? I think it said 2 to 3. Let's start with 2. Ooh, squirts right on out. Okay. Ooh, very, very, very oily. So let's just massage this onto our face. And as I said in the other video, I heard that the foundation stick for someone with dry skin, like myself, or someone with dry skin, it really helps to use this as a prep, because if you have dry skin, stick foundations can be a little dry or have a hard time with pulling and blending. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this goes using that. So it feels very nice. I just went like right in here, so hopefully I have sensitive skin. That was I should have tested this first, but it's all right. It's all right. I'm doing it for you guys. And also, so of course it feels very nice, but it's also like that very oily oil. So you do have the residual feeling of oil on your hands and things like that. So if you're like me and you go type at a keyboard right after you put makeup on, do keep that in mind. You might want to wash that off first. So feels nice, doesn't look like anything, does feel hydrating. I'm sure with continued use of it, you would see results. It has maybe the slightest bit of tackiness, like a tiny bit of tackiness on the skin, not really sticky, but it feels nice. It feels like my skin is prepped and ready. So let's just go ahead and go in with the foundation. So this is the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion stick, and I did get the shade Linen. So here is what it looks like, and then we'll just pull off the lid. Now my hands are oily and I can't get it off. Oh, I was pulling the wrong side, that's why. Okay, pulled off the lid. Here's what it looks like. And I'm just going to swipe it onto my face, because the beauty about stick foundations is that it's going to be easy to travel with, easy to apply, hopefully. So I'm just going to put some on and start on the left side of my face. And I grabbed this is a IT Cosmetics foundation brush, and it's kind of a stiff, flat, kind of kabuki style brush. So I'm going to start by kind of blending it out by stippling just to get it a little bit more across the face, and then I will pull to blend it, to really blend it. Okay. So now we have the left side of the face has foundation, the right side is blank. It's kind of a comparison, so you can see it's pretty light coverage. Let's see what the packaging says. Swipe onto skin where you want coverage and buff it out with a brush so you can't tell what's you and what's makeup. So I will say that I test foundations with a brush on one side and a sponge on the other, but I will be blending this one out with a brush, and I will say it does blend into the point where it's like not severely noticeable that you have makeup on one side and not on the other. But let me check in the mirror here to see if I got any coverage. Zoom you in. So you can see that you get a little bit of coverage, not much. I'm gonna go over it to see if I can build up some additional coverage, especially on the cheek, a little bit under the eye, and around the nose. I will point out that I think the color match is a great color match. There aren't a huge amount of options to choose from, but I think that was a good choice. And the fact that it's sort of a sheer coverage, also you don't have to have the most exact color match. I kind of feel like it doesn't look like much of anything, which if you're going, like I said, for a no makeup look, that could work. It's just, for me, it's pretty sheer, and it's probably more sheared out with the use of the Great Skin. It just fell out. Look at that. I just bought this. What the heck? Okay. Well, okay. I do have a little bit of discoloration up here. So I'm gonna see if I can get a little more coverage on these spots. I can't believe it broke. I feel like it's like, whoop! Oh, now I really did that. I feel like it got dried out or something already, and so it's too loose. It doesn't fit in the packaging. So this bottom part, you're supposed to be able to roll it up. So I could still roll it up, and it was all the way rolled down. It still keeps coming out. It's really not in there. Okay, I need to stop that. I'm gonna roll it all the way down and push it into my face. Okay, but what I think is happening is that I think it's like dried out a little bit. Like, it doesn't feel dried out, but like it has dried so that it's shrunken in the packaging, and that's why it's like loose around the sides. So, okay, now I've made a mess. Let's blend. Well, I don't know now how good that is for traveling. I don't know if it was just fragile and it broke in shipping and fell out. This is the first time I opened it. Or if it's fragile and broke, or if it just dried out and fell out. But if it's that fragile, you don't want to be traveling with it. Obviously it still works, but that's just annoying. You don't want to get a brand new product and have it be broken. build up a tiny bit more. Unfortunately, where I'm trying to build on some blemishes that are mostly healed already, but they're a little dry and it's really clinging to the dry. See that? And while it's still clinging to the dry patch, it does definitely now have a glowiness because of putting the skin underneath. I'm definitely going to have to do a second test without the oil underneath, without the great skin underneath. So I will do another test with that and share. Here's what I'm thinking so far. It does look like a no makeup look. It has sheer light coverage. It doesn't feel like anything on the skin. With the great skin underneath, it definitely does have a glow, but it is still clinging to dry patches. And if you look up very close in the mirror, it's almost like a very fine like powder coating on top of all of the skin. So for being such a sheer coverage, it still doesn't look the most natural because it's almost like on top of the skin and not blending with the skin. So what I'm saying so far is it's just not my favorite. Sorry. Truth. Let's keep going. The next thing we'll try is the bronze stick. So this is called Bronze Balm and it's a sheer bronzer. So I know these products are meant to be sheer and minimalist. So like I said, it's a no makeup look. So keeping that in mind, here is what it looks like. I forgot to show you. Nice packaging here. Take off the top. Hopefully this one doesn't fall out. It's got that oval shape. So keeping in mind that this is a sheer product, it's not meant to be a ton of pigment, I will definitely just go right on to the face rather than like on a brush first and paint it on just like I did with the stick foundation, and we'll just blend it out with a brush and see what we think. It is blending out very easily. It's very soft and blendable. All right, here's one layer. It did blend in very easily, super blendable, and doesn't look like too much, but just a nice minimal bronze. And I would like to build it up a little bit to see if we can get a little bit more, just a tiny bit. Especially here and a little on the forehead. All right, the bronzer, I am liking it. It's minimal, it's sheer, but it's really easy to build and blend, and I do like how it is performing so far. So far I do like this stick bronzer. If you are looking for something with a little more payoff, then I would recommend the Persona Bronze Multi-Stick. I use the color Dune in that one, and that one gives you more payoff and is also it's still really natural even with more pigment. So I do like that one. If I was choosing between the two, I would probably personally choose that one. But this does pair very well with the foundation, knowing that these products are all kind of sheer and minimal. So, you know, you don't want to overpower the foundation with a really strong bronzer if it's a very light look. So these products are all designed to work together. And then speaking of which, let's keep going, and we're gonna go in with the color Beverly Hills. This is called the Flush Balm, and this is the cheek color. So we just have this little packaging here. Again, I do know that these are very sheer, as the products are, but I'm going to go directly in and put it on my cheeks. I'm not worried about it lifting the foundation because the foundation is so sheer. I feel like we don't have to worry about it pulling it up, but we'll see. I have a Real Techniques stipple brush. I do have a video all about brushes that I will link if you're interested in more about like all of the brushes, all of the different types of brushes. I'll link that one. This one is a very versatile brush, but I'm just going to use this to blend that out a little bit. And it is very sheer, but it's a nice, pretty sheer glow. It does look very natural. It's not giving a lot, but I do like it. I think the color, the shade is right for my natural flush. And then because it is so sheer, I'm going to just put a little bit more on. And then stipple it out. Now again, this Flush Balm is very pretty when paired with the other Merit Complexion products. So with the Merit foundation and with the Merit bronzer, it is a nice, pretty flush. I could see how if you're using these products with products that are fuller coverage or higher pigment, then you may not like how they perform together. These products are really designed to work together, kind of the full face makes a lot of sense. So it'll be interesting as we go along to incorporate these products with other items that I have in my collection and see how I feel like they perform. Because it does, especially like the blush, it does look really nice, but I could see like with a fuller coverage foundation, it might not do a whole lot and then you might be disappointed. But for this no makeup look with these products, it really looks like no makeup. So it's nice and flattering and just a touch like more color than natural and sort of things. Hides a little bit of coverage, but not a lot of the foundation. So they do, I say, work together very well with each other. So the next thing I'm going to try is the Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. And they also have lip oils and stuff too, but I wanted to pick up a lipstick because that's what I personally prefer to wear kind of on a daily basis. So this is what it looks like. And this is in the shade Millennial. As I said, I'm a millennial, so forgive me for that. Here is what the shade looks like. Really pretty shade. I did say in my unboxing, I need like tweezers, that there was, the camera's not picking it up because it's so fine, but there is like a fiber that I was trying to, okay, I just pulled it right out. So I wanted to just make sure that it was okay. It wasn't like deeply ingrained. It could have just been something that fell on it. So anyway, I'm just going to assume it's fine. I'm sure it is. And I'm going to apply it. Let's test it out. Roll it back in a little bit. Okay, first off, I really like the taste of this. I know it's weird to talk about lipstick taste, but that's like one of my biggest kind of pet peeves is when they're like really artificial or fruity. I don't like fruity. And what I'm going to say is going to confuse you, but it reminds me of a doll I had when I was little, Millennial, Cherry Mary Muffin. It reminds me of how she smelled. Like, she didn't taste, but it reminded me of how she smelled, and it was kind of like sweet, but I don't, and I know she was cherry Mary Muffin, but I don't think it was like fruity. So anyway, it's almost like kind of like a very light sweetness to it, but not fruity. And this is like my favorite tasting lipstick that I've tried in a long time. So now we have to see how it performs. So here's how it looks. Went on very easily. Feels nice and hydrating. My lips are always kind of dry. I did have lip prep on before this, but I hope it will be hydrating. The formulation feels hydrating on my lips, so I hope it will stay that way. I really like the color. I've been looking for a lipstick that I don't need like a lip liner to get it to be the right shade, or a gloss over the top to be the right shade, that's still like flattering but neutral. And I think we found it in this one. I'm super happy. Like, I could see easily throwing this one on, easily touching up, and you don't have to be too worried about being perfect, because at least for me and my coloring, my shade, my lip color, it just looks like an enhanced version of my lips, but not much. So, oh man, why do I always get lipstick on my teeth when I'm filming? For me, right now, this is a winner. Yay! All right, I only have one product left, and that is the mascara. So I don't have any product on my eye. What I'm going to do is use some of the bronzer and put it in my crease. So I'm just going to take a Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush. I'm going to pick up the product from off of the stick and go in to the crease. Again, this is a no makeup look, so we're just using this like cream eyeshadow, just adding a teensy tiny bit of color to kind of cancel out any like redness or discoloration in the eyes. I also did not pick up the highlighter, which I mentioned in the previous video. I'm just not a big highlighter wearer. I will wear it, but I don't always wear it. And so I thought it was just an item I can skip. I'm sure you can find reviews about that if you're interested in it, but I was trying to do a full face, but no makeup. And if you're doing that, you don't need a highlighter. So there we go, a little bit of bronzer in the crease just to give our eyes a little definition. Let's try the mascara. This is called Clean Lash Lengthening Tubing Mascara. So this is a tubing mascara, and I think it only comes in black. I think this is called Perfect Black. I think it only comes in black. Maybe it comes in brown. I don't know. I got the black for sure. Perfect Black. So we're going to try that. Let me zoom in so you can really see my lashes. I personally prefer thickening mascaras because my lashes are really easy to build, but they don't have a lot of like bulk to start off with. They don't have a lot of length either, but personally, just my preference is that thickening mascara. So we'll see. You know, tubing are meant to be lengthening. So we'll see how it performs. So here we are with no mascara. Originally, I wasn't going to cut this out, speed it up, cut it out, so that you can really get a good look at it. But this is kind of slow to build. It's taking me a long time to build it up, and I think it'll be too slow if I don't edit any of it out. So I probably will speed this up or edit some of it out a little bit, but it's just kind of a slow process. You have to really get into each individual lash. Okay, there is one coat, very precisely applied to my left eye. You can see this right eye doesn't have any on. So you can get a good comparison of no mascara to one coat of mascara. I don't have any on the bottom lash, but let's try that. Not really doing a lot for my bottom lash. Now I just made a mess, so clean that up. I'm gonna see how it builds on top of the first coat. So I'm gonna try a second coat. No, don't do that. It's tubing, so it's just gonna make it kind of clumpy. So I really did get a ton of length, but I didn't get thickening. So if you love a lengthening mascara, I think you will like this. If you like a thickening mascara, I don't think it will do a lot for you. The second coat did make it thicken it up a bit, but let's go on the other eye and do one coat there. Also, let me show you the brush. The brush is like a standard one size the whole way down. It's like the bristle brush, not a silicone one, and I do really like it. It's nice and soft. The separation of it does give you a natural lash look, so it's not bad. It's very separating and lengthening, so it's good for if you like that. Like I said, I just personally prefer a more thickening mascara for myself, but this one is fine, and in fact it's good for lengthening and separating. There you can see one coat versus two coats. I don't recommend doing the second coat because once the first coat dries, you'll start getting flaking and everything because of the tubing. That's just the style of mascara. Didn't do a lot for my bottom lashes. I don't have a lot of bottom lashes, but that's another reason why I prefer thickening. I don't really want long bottom lashes. I would choose probably a different mascara for the bottom lash line because I don't really want longer bottom lashes because then they end up touching my under eye and transferring, and I don't want that. And I'm not going to set this with a powder or anything. It doesn't need it, but because of the great skin underneath and everything and the texture of the foundation itself, it's still slightly tacky. So I definitely think any sort of product would easily transfer as well. So I guess I should put a little bit of a second coat on just to match the first one because they do look different. So there you have the mascara. It is not my personal first choice, but it is a good mascara. We'll have to see if it flakes throughout the day or if you end up with black underneath your eyes. I will let you know in the comments. I'll pin a comment to let you know if I have anything come up throughout the day. I will be wearing this for the entire day today. So here we have our full face of Merit Beauty. This is our minimalist no makeup look. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this look? And have you tried any of the Merit products? If so, let me know which ones and what you think. All right, I've got Abby here. You say hi, Abby. This is my baby that needs to be held on my shoulder, and it has to be the shoulder on my left shoulder. And if I don't hold her, she'll just follow me around and jump onto things and knock things off of everything if I don't hold her. This is actually my daughter's cat, but my daughter is not paying attention to her right now, so she has to be my baby. We are doing our full face of Merit check-in here, and it's only been a couple of hours. It hasn't been very long. So far, the mascara has grown on me. I do like it. I still prefer a thickening formulation for my personal preference, but I do think this one is good. I maybe had a tiny bit of transfer underneath that I kind of cleaned up, but not much, not very noticeable. I am enjoying the lipstick a lot so far. I did eat, so it's kind of worn off, but it wore off evenly, and it still looks good. So that's going well. The bronzer is still doing good. The blush is nice. It wasn't a lot to start with, but I do feel like it's already kind of starting to fade. A little bit, not too bad. The bronzer in the eyeshadow the bronzer that I did as eyeshadow kind of has blended away, worn away into not much, which is okay. That's what I expected of it, but don't have much left over there. Now, the real thing, the foundation. It could be because I didn't get enough of that Great Skin oil underneath, but my chin seems to be a little dry, and it is clinging like crazy to some dryness. It started really sitting on top of the skin, and for as sheer as the foundation looks everywhere else, it was not sitting very nicely. I did go back in and try to blend it out. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and see if you can see a little better. So overall, from not close up, I think this is a nice minimal no makeup look. I do not love how much the foundation is standing out on the chin for how sheer the foundation is. So if it was more coverage, I could understand, but the fact that it's so sheer but still separating like that, I don't think that I would. It's not going to be my first choice for recommendation for someone with dry skin, even with the Great Skin. I will try it without the Great Skin another day, and I will be sharing those results with you as well. Overall, for how sheer it is, it was very easy to put on and blend out, and it looks fine if you're not too close. But when you get up close, you do kind of see that it's not the most natural looking for such a sheer minimal product. So I will go on to test all of these products out again and report back, but I think we do have some winners, right, Abby? Yeah, Abby thinks we've got some winners too in the bronzer and in the blush, and maybe the Great Skin oil by itself. We will keep trying that too. The foundation just was not a hit for me, and the mascara, I like it. I think it's fine. It's just not my personal preference, so I probably wouldn't be picking that up again. But the lipstick, I am a big fan of that as well, so I will continue to use that and keep you updated on how it's going. So thanks for joining us, Abby. If you like Abby, give the video a thumbs up. Isn't she cute? Thank you so much for being here today. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. I will see you next week with a new video, but until then, take care of yourself.